November 24, 1971. A cold, rainy afternoon in Portland, Oregon. An ordinary-looking man walks up to the airport counter and buys a one-way ticket. On the paper, he writes a fake name, Dan Cooper. He is wearing a dark suit, a black tie, and sunglasses. To everyone else, he looks like a quiet businessman. But in less than an hour, this mysterious man would challenge the entire United States government, pull off the most impossible heist in aviation history, and then jump out of the plane into a freezing storm, vanishing forever. Who was he? And how did he commit the perfect crime? Flight 305 takes off into the stormy sky. There are 36 passengers on board, and absolutely nobody has any idea about the terror that is coming. Inside the cabin, Dan Cooper sits quietly in the very back row, seat 18C. He orders a drink, lights a cigarette, and simply waits. A few minutes later, he signals a young flight attendant, Florence Schaffner. He drops a small, folded piece of paper into her hand. Florence thinks it is just another lonely passenger trying to give her his phone number, so she slips the note directly into her purse without reading it. Seeing this, Cooper leans closer to her. His expression is cold, and his voice is terrifyingly calm. He whispers, "Miss, you better look at that note. I have a bomb." Florence freezes. Her heart races. She opens her purse, unfolds the paper, and reads the words written in clean capital letters. The mysterious man is demanding $200,000 in cash, and 4 parachutes. Florence Schaffner could not believe what she was hearing. She looked at the calm man sitting in front of her, wondering if this was a dark joke. But Dan Cooper's eyes were dead serious. To prove he was not bluffing, he slowly reached down and unlatched his heavy leather briefcase. He opened it just a few inches, just enough for Florence to look inside. Her breath caught in her throat. Inside the briefcase, she saw rows of thick, red cylinders that looked like sticks of dynamite. They were connected by heavy red wires to a large, cylindrical battery. It was a fully functional bomb. Cooper closed the case softly and looked back up at her. He gave his instructions clearly. When we land in Seattle, the money must be ready in a canvas bag. $200,000 in $20 bills. And I want 4 parachutes. No games, or I will blow up the plane. Jahan ek long pause legayen. Florence nodded quickly, trying to stay calm. She immediately walked to the cockpit to inform the flight crew. The pilot, Captain William Scott, was shocked. He immediately contacted Northwest Airlines Air Traffic Control and the FBI. Within minutes, the news spread like wildfire through the government agencies. The FBI scrambled into action, desperately trying to gather $200,000 in cash with random serial numbers from local banks. Up in the air, the other 35 passengers had absolutely no idea that a terrorist was sitting right behind them. Cooper told the pilots to circle blindly over the rainy sky of Seattle until the money was ready. He was completely in control, checking his watch, and waiting patiently for his ultimate plan to begin. At 5:45 p.m., Flight 305 finally touched down at Seattle-Tacoma Airport. The runway was dark, rainy, and surrounded by heavily armed FBI agents and snipers hidden in the shadows. Cooper ordered the pilot to taxi the plane to a brightly lit, isolated section of the tarmac. He demanded that all cabin lights be turned off so no police sniper could see him through the windows. A Northwest Airlines employee approached the plane slowly, carrying a heavy canvas bag filled with $200,000 in cash, along with the 4 requested parachutes. Cooper kept his word. As soon as the money was handed over through the door, he allowed all 36 innocent passengers and several crew members to safely exit the aircraft. Only 4 people remained on board: Cooper, the pilot, the co-pilot, and 1 flight attendant. Cooper ordered the pilot to take off immediately and head towards Reno, Nevada. He gave very specific, strange instructions. The plane must fly below 10,000 feet, much slower than normal, and with the landing gear down. Outside, a furious rainstorm was raging, and the night was pitch black. Suddenly, somewhere over the dense forests of Washington state, the pilots felt a sudden change in air pressure. A warning light flashed in the cockpit. Dan Cooper had done the unthinkable. He had opened the aft stairs at the back of the Boeing 727. Standing on the icy steps, with a backpack full of cash strapped to his body and 2 parachutes tied to his chest, he looked out into the freezing, dark abyss. Without hesitation, he jumped into the roaring storm and vanished. The FBI searched the forest for months, but neither his body nor the money was ever found. The disappearance of Dan Cooper became one of the greatest mysteries in aviation history. The FBI launched a massive investigation named NORJAC, short for Northwest Hijacking. They interviewed thousands of people, tracked hundreds of leads, and searched every inch of the rugged Washington wilderness. But they found absolutely nothing. No parachute, no briefcase, and no sign of the man in the dark suit. He had simply vanished into thin air. Years passed, and the case grew cold. Then, in 1980, a young boy vacationing with his family near the Columbia River made a shocking discovery. Buried in the wet sand, he found 3 rotting packages of $20 bills. The serial numbers matched the ransom money given to Cooper. It was a total of $5,800. But this discovery only raised more terrifying questions. If Cooper died in the jump, where was his body? And if he survived, why did he leave a fortune buried in the sand? In 2016, after 45 years of searching, the FBI officially closed the case. The true identity of D.B. Cooper remains a complete ghost. Was he a brilliant criminal mastermind who pulled off the perfect escape, or did he die alone in the freezing forest? The truth is still out there, hidden somewhere in the dark woods. The story does not end here. There are secret FBI suspects and shocking new evidence that points to who this man really was. To watch part 2 of this incredible mystery, make sure to leave a comment below and subscribe to the channel right now. See you in the next video.